For Body Chemistry Associates and Health Connection Radio, I'm your host, Nutritional Biochemist Jay Foster. Well, we're coming up on National Breakfast Week. Amazing as that sounds, most of us know that breakfast is one of the most important meals of the day, if not the most important. Of course, when I was growing up, I'd have something like sugar frosted flakes with sugar on it, or coffee cake and hot cocoa with marshmallows in it. I mean, my parents would have cooked me eggs if I'd wanted it, but they didn't realize how bad not having high-quality protein was for my learning, and it finally caught up with me about fifth grade, started not doing as well. And when I started having protein at breakfast, it was like almost like a brain transplant. Give up sugar and start having protein. So why is protein so good for the brain for both kids and adults? Why is it important to incorporate good, high-quality protein at breakfast? Well, protein breaks down into amino acids, and those amino acids are reassembled into things like neurotransmitters, dopamine, serotonin, melatonin, all come from protein. And if you don't have enough high-quality dietary protein, you're going to be robbing your brain of the molecules it needs to make these neurotransmitters, and you won't be able to think straight, or your kids won't be able to think straight. So protein at breakfast is very important. Also, the thyroid hormones are amino acid based, so they're protein as well as muscle and organs, etc., body protein, nails, skin, and hair. So it's important to have protein at breakfast to start things out. It does two things. Number one, it fuels your brain with what it needs to make the neurotransmitters so you can think straight. And secondly, protein, especially fatty protein like eggs. There's eggs that have cholesterol in them, or anything with dietary cholesterol does not cause your blood cholesterol to go up. That's a myth. Unfortunately, some cardiologists actually believe it's still true, which scares me. Dietary cholesterol has nothing to do with your blood cholesterol. Dietary fat has nothing to do with blood fats. Sugars and too many carbs can raise triglycerides. That's one relationship there. But eggs are fine. If you like eggs, they're fine. Some people like breakfast meats, fine. Turkey bacon, regular bacon. You want to load with protein and fat in the morning to fuel your brain, number one. Number two, it's important to balance your blood sugar. And just if you have carbohydrates or cereals like I did growing up, or skim milk, which has no real good quality protein in it, lots of sugar, having the good quality protein and a little fat source with it really does make a difference. And I've been doing this for 37 years of body chemistry. I've had some really high-powered executives that are walking in like they're in a zombie land, and they can't even think straight, and they're trying to eat low-fat milk on low-fat cereals, and because their doctor told them to. And when I switch them around, and they have, if they're of a certain type, and if they have eggs or meats or fish or chicken or turkey or our star protein powder with a little cream in it, it makes a big difference. It's like their brain comes alive. And I felt that myself when I got off sugar and started eating more protein and fat way back when, 42 years ago is what got me into this. So dietary protein is incredibly important to make neurotransmitters so your brain can work. It also stabilizes your blood sugar, because if your blood sugar is unstable, if your blood sugar falls from either fasting too long, not eating soon enough, or by just eating carbs, that can cause your blood sugar to go down too fast and too far. If it goes to zero, you pass out and die, so that doesn't happen. But even small drops in blood sugar can affect your brain function. Some people get headaches, concentration difficulties, migraines, cloudy thinking, short-term memory loss, depression, mood swings, 4 o'clock slump in energy, sleepiness after meals, sweet cravings. Those are all common symptoms when the blood sugar goes down. If nothing stops it, you pass out and die. But the brain realizes that it's emergency, so it causes a release of adrenaline from the adrenal glands that raises your blood sugar back up to a safe level for the brain and the body, and then the emergency's over. But the trouble there is that now you're circulating sometimes very high amounts of adrenaline, the fight or flight hormone, and that can contribute to things, and some people get panic attacks or just nervousness or anxiety, free-floating anxiety, hyperactivity in kids, heart palpitations, insomnia if it happens at night. So you get endocrine system throwing the blood sugar down. You might get the tired symptoms and the brain fog. The other have fights to keep you alive, and you get results from the adrenaline like anxiety and nervousness. So you get depressed anxiety, the attention fatigue syndrome, ADD and ADHD in kids. The treatment here is to avoid refined sugar, which knocks out most of the breakfast cereals, even the ones the American Heart Association probably still recommend. Try some kind of protein if you like. It doesn't matter if you have chicken for breakfast if you like it, but you can have eggs, as many as you want. You can have breakfast meats. The more organic, the better. You can have fish, if you can find fish, or you can have salmon for breakfast. Or you can have our protein powder. The Star Protein Powder is a whey-based protein powder, but it is processed to remove the casein, C-A-S-E-I-N. That is the bad protein in cow's milk. When I say bad, it's the one most people react to. The lactalbumin in milk is very nutritious, and that works really good, but the casein often negates the benefits of the lactalbumin. So you want a very high-quality protein like our Star Protein. A couple scoops of that, a little bit of heavy cream in some cold water. That can, especially if you're running late, or if you want something before bed without eating a substantial snack, our Star Protein Powder works really well. So avoiding refined sugar, eating protein and fat at breakfast, a little protein snack before bed can make a big difference in your blood sugar levels, your brain blood sugar levels, and how you feel emotionally and strength-wise. So during National Breakfast Week, try it. If you don't usually eat eggs and you like them, a week isn't going to kill you, and it's not going to kill anybody. It's actually very helpful. And see if something like that, eggs or the organic breakfast meats or some kind of animal protein or our Star Protein Powder, doing that for breakfast instead of refined carbs or a sweet roll or something like that can make a huge difference. And I believe they run specials on the protein powder and on our Body Chem program. In our Body Chem program, we test you to find out exactly what you need, vitamins and minerals and diet, and then we make recommendations specifically for nutrients that you show you're deficient in, help to get rid of toxic metals. The Body Chem program we've been doing now for 37 years in South Florida, and both local and long-distance programs for testing. If you haven't had your body chemistry tested, you may want to have that done to find out what you really need. You can give us a call at 1-800-CHEMIST, 1-800-243-6478. On the web, it's 1-800-CHEMIST.com. For Body Chemistry Associates and Health Connection Radio, this has been Jay Foster, Nutritional Biochemist. We'll be with you again on another blog.